Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com and Rex. Uh, this is the second week. It's been 2 weeks. Rex has been with me for 2 weeks, and this she's been doing really good. This last week, the first week, maybe 8 or 9 days, maybe. Um, was really stressful for both of us. Uh, I say she's 2 years old, and I got her from the pound, and she's supposed to be boxer mix. I don't know what that means, but anyway, she's been now just within the last few days. She's really kicked in. And I think what it is, uh, she's she's calmed down. She understands we're in a pattern now. Um, I say we had to uh, take care of some bad behavior. After that was taken care of, I think that's when she figured out that if she's going to be with me, she's going to have to work with me. And now she's kicking in real quick. Um, when I feed her once a day. She's having maybe 2 cups of food. And now what I do is I set the bowl down on the floor, and then I start pouring the dried dog food in. I'm giving her Purina One, and it's high in protein, 30% or 30, whatever it is. It's got salmon and all kinds of good stuff in it. I mean, it's some good stuff. The good food, you don't have to give them as much, and that's just about as much as she wants once a day. Now, within the few past couple 2 or 3 days, it's been really, really hot. So I've had to change what we're learning, and we do it differently. But I say I'll put the bowl down, I'll pour and then I'll have her sit. And she sits while I pour the food down there, and then I put it away, put the bag away. And she, this whole time now, she just sits there and waits. And then I pray a lot. If you haven't guessed by now, I live my life on prayers. But I'll pray for her food, and she'll sit there the whole time, and then I'll love on her. And this is letting her know I'm the one that's providing the food, and she gets the food when I say she has the food, and she gets fed after I eat supper. So she knows that I'm eating first. So, I mean, it's taken time for this to get here, but she understands all this now. And then, so I love on her, and then I tell her okay, and then she goes and eats. And that was a big thing. And then the same thing, I'll go in there and I'll pet on her, I'll rub on her mouth and everything while she's eating. I'm giving her an opportunity to snap at me or bite me or something like that, and then it'll be punishment time. But we don't have to do that. We couldn't do that the first week. Like I say, she was still learning. Now it's no problem at all, and so I can put my hand there, move her food while she's eating. No problem at all. So there is an understanding, and also now I've been trying to every other day take her into town and on the leash, and now I got her leash trained, and the leash training. She doesn't walk in front of me. She walks next to me on my left side. And when we stop, then she sits down. and this way I can talk to people and stuff like this. So, and when she gets up in front, they want to kind of tell you where you want to go. It doesn't work that way, so that's why she's got to stay next to me. And like I say, I'll step on her every once in a while, not hard. I know I'm going to be turning left into her, and then when I do that, if her foot's there, I'll make it a point to step on it gently, enough to let her know that I'm turning. And now I don't have that problem now. Now she stays close to me, and I mean, she can feel when I'm turning left. She knows I'm turning left, and so there's no problem on that. And like I say, she stopped. When I stop, she sits, and then now it just takes time. She knows this and understands this. And then sometimes I'll drop the leash, and I'll put, and everything I do is in hand signals. Hand signals, speech, I talk, and then I give her a grin. I smile when she's doing good, and I'm not smiling when she's not doing good. So she likes it when I smile. Her tail starts wagging just when I start smiling. And but anyway, I'll drop the leash, and then I put my hand in her face, kind of like that, telling her, stop, stay. And then she just stays like that. This way, I'm doing it in talk and hand signals. Now, when I'm talking to somebody, eventually what's going to happen, I just put my hand in front of her face, I can drop the leash, and then I can talk to that person, and she'll sit right there and not go anywhere until I come back. Eventually, it just takes time and practice to do it, but that's why we're doing it like that. And so the leash training is doing really good, and like I said, we go to town, but out here it's so peaceful. Everything out here is so peaceful. There's no distractions. There's nothing going on. That's why I got to go to town. It's just a little town, and just give her a little chance to get some distractions and stuff like that. And I say now her dog crate. No problem with her dog crate. She enjoys her dog crate, and so there's no problem on that. Now I can tell her, to get in the crate, and she'll get in the crate. She doesn't like it, but she'll do it. And then she'll go in, she'll turn around, and she'll start coming out, and then I got to stop her. It's just something I got to repeat over and over again. Eventually, she'll learn to go in and just sit there. And then, we're talking about sitting. So staying is another thing we're working on. So I'll sit, stay, and then I'll step away. When I first started, one step. Now I'm about 4 or 5 steps away, and then I'll tell her to come to me. And when I tell her to come, it's hand signals again, have her come to me. And this way I can be talking to somebody, and we're over here walking around talking, and then all I got to do is signal her while we're still talking, and then signal she'll come over and start walking next to me. She still needs to have the leash to walk next to me. We've tried it, and she can do it out here. With distractions, she can't. But it's just going to take time. This is what I was talking about. The first month is intense training. The first week was her just learning the basics, how to sleep, don't tear the doors down, don't, just that kind of stuff. That's all behind us. Now she's good. Now we're going to start getting into more of the detailed stuff. I'm going to have to this next week. The problem I'm having now is it's so hot, and it's hot to do the teaching. I wish I was thinking a little bit more when I got the time schedule. I still don't have her inside, and like I say inside, then I can do it when she's cooler. But I say so now. We do all of our training is in the morning, and also that's when I do all my work is in the morning. I just cut the grass. That's what I've just been doing. Just got done cutting the grass, and I'll do all that stuff in the morning. And then, but I say we really need to start training more. And I say putting her in the car is she was her other owners had her in the car, so she knows how to get in the car and ride in the car and all this kind of stuff. That's one very good thing. I can go shopping, I can take her in the car. I got to keep the car running and have the air conditioner going so she can stay out there. And that's another thing. It's got to keep it short all the time. Keep it short. Right now, everything is short. We're not making anything long term. I say stay. It's just for a little bit, and it just she has to learn this stuff, and then in time, she'll improve on it. But now there's no fear, there's no competition. She knows that I'm the boss. So now it's just, and like I said, I don't like making dogs do something. About the only time I make them is there's certain things that they have to do. And as I'm saying, obedience is the first thing. And so we've pretty much passed the obedience part. Now what we're doing is we're getting into detail to really do a really good job of obedience. I've tried to get her to do security when a car is coming, so she can knows to let me know when somebody's coming. So these are all little things that I've been working on. But she's doing really, really well. I'm real proud of her. She's really, really happy. Now this whole time she's happy. And she stays close to me. I say when I'm mowing, she'll be in the shade tree in the area that I'm mowing. Or on the bicycle, she'll stay close. She doesn't go off. But this is all under this kind of environment. I'm going to have to start teaching her how to, when we're on the road, I got to find places where we can stop, and I can drive slowly and let her run to get her exercises. I don't go shopping, have her sit in the car until after I've ran her and she's tired, and then she doesn't mind sitting in the car. But otherwise she'll get all anxious if but she knows that I'm going to go in the store, I'm going to come back. She hasn't tore up my car. She's been doing really good. And as a matter of fact, we're looking for a new car, and something I can put the crate in, and something she can start getting familiar. And now she doesn't have room to get around in the car, but a bigger one she'll have room to get around inside there. But this is what we're working on. She's doing really good. Great. 2 weeks. This is Mike and Rex and NoStressMike.com.